Welcome to another live stream. All right, so this is the one I tried to give you guys a heads up on this one yesterday on the previous live stream, and also tried to give you a little heads up today. So we're going to continue on today with our build testing. This time we're going to be checking out the priest. I'm going to remember to put music on, so we're not just sitting here all by our lonesome. So let's go ahead and switch over here. Again, I have my talent builds ready to go so we can get into this. And actually, we're already out here in Dragonland, so let's get some music going. Let's see. Good old stream beats. All right. We are going to put on some stream beats. We're going to shuffle. Here we go. I believe the levels on this should be good. You guys let me know if it's too loud or not loud enough or whatever the case may be. Adri D. Senpai, what's up? Thanks for tuning into the stream. Much appreciated. Okay, so we're going to get in, and I actually, I forgot to check yesterday, but I checked today. And we're actually able to make max level characters now on the Dragonflight Alpha. So that's what we're going to be testing out here for Priest. It's not that big of a change. It's going to give us 10 more talent points than what we've been using. But, you know, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Maybe it will be. We'll see. Volume sounds good. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. I really, really appreciate when people let me know that the volume is good. Okay. So we are going to jump in, and we're going to start out with Shadow, which we are spec Shadow. So let's go ahead and get our interface rolling here real quick. All right, and we're going to get our auto loot ready. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get... the dragon riding stuff is available here. We're not going to get into it. Okay, we're going to do a separate video checking out all of the dragon riding stuff. But we may do itsy bits of dragon riding just to get around as we go. Okay, so for those of you who want to have a point of reference real quick, I am going to throw the Shadow build that I'm using. This is for level 60, not 70. I'm gonna have to pick some talent points probably after we test here, but this is what we are going to be using. So I'm going to get that loaded into the talent tree here real quick. That will let you reference it if you need to. All right, so let's go ahead and plug these in. We are going to cover what the concept of the build is before we actually test it, so don't worry about being lost or anything like that. All right, grab that. 2 points here, here. Grab those. And I believe that is it. Yeah, we should have 5 points available in each tree when we're done. And what we'll do is we'll test the build the way I had it. And then we will go back in and we'll add in the extra points that we're getting from the 10 levels that are available now. All right, so plug these in. This one we did not pick, but we did get Misery. Okay. Okay. Nope, not that one. Okay, so 5 points available here. Oh, we have to spend... this is so annoying to me. But okay, we have to spend all the talent points in order to apply changes to our talent builds. So I guess we're going to have to put all those points in right now. What classes do you like so far, and what classes do you feel like need some more love? So I'm kind of holding on to my opinion about what I might want to main or what I try to find the most fun. I do have some ideas, so I won't be going into that. But if you're talking just in terms of the talent trees, there are a few specializations that I feel like definitely need some love. Affliction is one off the top of my head. Feral Druid. I feel like the Hunter trees need some work. What else? A lot of the talent trees are just not Some of them are not exciting. They're not bad, but there's nothing new and exciting in them. I don't know if those need work or if they're fine the way they are. And some of the ones I've been really excited about, Mistweaver Monk, because they made fist weaving a thing for sure. Prot Warrior, Fury Warrior. There's quite a few. I mean, I've got opinions. I'm going to be making a whole video about that once I get to test them all out, or at least make a build with them. Okay, so what we're going to do real quick to spin these last points, since we're going to do an overview of the build anyway, is we'll go ahead and run through what we're doing with the build, and then we'll add in the last couple of points here. So for Shadow, the type of build I like to play is basically a execute Devouring Plague kind of build here. So what we're going to do is apply some dots, and then basically we're going to cast Shadow Word Death to execute the target, which will give us a big burst of insanity so that we can cast Devouring Plague right away on the next target. So we're doing stacking dots, then when the target gets down, we Shadow Word Death, and then we can immediately stack dots on the next target. It's not really a multi-target build. It's designed to just kind of kill one thing at a time, but it does it very quickly and efficiently. Definitely Feral Druid, yeah. Feral Druid just, it wasn't great, and it also didn't have much of anything in it that made it feel interesting. Okay, so over in the class tree, we did pick up Shadow Word Death. We also got the cooldown reduction on there, although we may not need that based on... No, I think we do need it for Shadow Word Death. Well, we'll see. I'll have to remember what exactly got plugged into the talent trees. We've got Shadow Min, and we pick up the talent that makes it so that the normal damage over time that it would do instead heals us. So it's just all around really good heal for us now. We picked up Power Infusion. We picked up some increases to Mind Blast. So this one's a little bit of a defensive, and this one is some cooldown reduction. So that's going to help us out. Did I pick that talent on accident? I did pick this talent on accident. What did I have? I had this instead. Okay, that's what I thought. So we grab Mind Control there. We don't need the Shadow Min has a chance to deal no damage because we converted that damage to healing on ourselves. So that's what we want to pick up there. Over here, we grabbed some Mana Regen, and we got Purified Disease. We got Angel Feather for movement speed. We got Shadow Fiend, and then we got a lot of buffs to Shadow Fiend. So we got the Insanity generation on it. We got the Shadow Fiend being replaced with Mindbender. We got attack speed increase, and then finally, Mind Blast and Shadow Word Death will cause our Shadow Fiend to teleport behind the target, just dealing a bunch of damage and extending the duration, which is pretty cool. And then we also picked up Shadow Word Pain, does an additional 10% damage over its duration. When an enemy dies while afflicted by Shadow Word Pain, we gain Insanity and Mana. So that'll help us also regen Insanity to be able to turn around and cast Devouring Plague again pretty quickly. And then Shadow Fiend and Dominate Mind will increase our mastery. So we just threw that in there for fun. Now we do have to spend 5 more points here, and honestly I was looking through the tree a little bit earlier, and I think the best place to try to go is going to be right here. But I don't know if we really, like, if 5 points is really going to get us that far. It's going to get us Mass Dispel. It's going to get us Desperate Prayer, cooldown reduction, Power Infusion buff, and then we could put 2 points into some stuff for Fade. So it's like super defensive here. But the alternative is going into like Holy Nova stuff, which we don't really want. Or we can go into some weird utility stuff. There's just like not a lot of places I feel like I want to go with these points. So I almost feel like these points feel kind of useless if you're solo, right? So what do we do? I think we'll go for the Desperate Prayer cooldown reduction. Let's see, what else do we want? I think we probably pick up the Shadow Mint, no damage here, under the assumption that maybe we're playing with a friend and we want to be able to cast that on them. Under that same assumption, we could grab Leap of Faith, and then we could also grab Power Infusion. So the last couple of points we're putting in here are just assuming that maybe we're going to quest with a buddy, and that's going to be able to help us out. All right. So then over on this side of the tree, we picked up Mind Flay, which is going to do channeled damage over time and generate insanity. It's our bread and butter insanity generator. We picked up Vampiric Touch, which is a dot that's going to deal damage and heal us. We picked up Devouring Plague, which is another dot. It's going to do damage and then add a damage over time over 6 seconds. So the damage is done really, really fast. We picked up Mind Seer, which is basically the AoE version of Mind Flay. We grabbed Silence for our interrupt. We picked up Void Eruption in order to do something with our insanity that we generate. We picked up Damnation. This is going to instantly afflict the target with Shadow Word Pain, Vampiric Touch, and Devouring Plague. So the main reason we picked this up is because when we start this rotation, it's going to be really slow. So we actually want to, like, the first enemy that we start fighting, we want to just throw Damnation on them to get the ball rolling. And then the next enemy, we should be able to get everything going by ourselves without Damnation. So we really picked this up just to kind of help jumpstart the flow if we're just starting out, or we took a pause between enemies and, you know, like, we don't have the insanity to, like, spend on Devouring Plague. We also picked up Void Torrent as a big damage dealing ability that we could use here. And then we also picked up Shadow Crash, which is a big damage dealing AoE ability. So just some little different things we could use there. Now, as for we also picked up, okay, that's a passive. It's not shaped like a passive in the box, but it is a passive. So here, if the target dies within 7 seconds after being struck by your Shadow Word Death, you gain 40 insanity over 4 seconds, and the cooldown is reset. So the cooldown reduction here on Shadow Word Death is not totally useless because if for some reason we screw up that rotation, it does make it cool down faster for us so we can get back into the rotation. But hopefully we don't have to use that. We've got this here. We picked up Misery, so Vampiric Touch will apply Shadow Word Pain to the target, which means we don't have to cast 2 dots when we start out. We just cast Vampiric Touch, then we build up enough insanity to be able to cast Devouring Plague, and then when the target is close to dead, we're going to cast Shadow Word Death on them. We got cooldown reduction on Silence. Our Vampiric Touch has a chance to reset the cooldown on Mind Blast and make the next Mind Blast be instant, and it also gives us an additional charge of Mind Blast. Going over to the left, when we use Mind Blast, Devouring Plague, or Void Bolt, we also create a Shadowy Apparition that's going to float to the target and deal damage. Critical strikes cause 2 apparitions. So basically, once we dot things up, we're going to Mind Blast. As we Mind Blast, we're going to create the Shadowy Apparition. We're also going to get that from Devouring Plague, which we'll put on the target. So we'll just be making those kind of passively. Here, a Mind Blast is going to deal 60% of its damage to all other targets afflicted by your Vampiric Touch within 40 yards. This just gives us a way to kind of turn a Mind Blast into something that is a multi-target if we need to. So we can multi-dot with Vampiric Touch. It does last for 21 seconds. So it is possible to cast this on a couple targets. Plus, we picked up Damnation. We could use that to instantly get this onto a target and start spreading that out. Over here, while channeling Mind Flay or Mind Seer, the rate of your Vampiric Touch and Shadow Word Pain on your target is increased. So this means the dots will tick faster when we Mind Flay, which is what we're going to be doing in between Mind Blasts after we get everything dotted up. Here, while we're not in Void form, Mind Flay has a chance to allow us to cast Void Bolt. Then Mind Blast deals increased damage and has a 20% chance to make Devouring Plague cost no insanity. So again, another way we're generating enough insanity to cast it with Death and Madness, but we also may just get to cast it for free when we do a Mind Blast, which is really nice. For Devouring Plague, if the effect is reapplied, any remaining damage gets added to the new plague. And then down here we have 3 points, Monomania, which is this one here, the one where while we channel Mind Flay or Mind Seer, it ups the speed of our dots. Also increases the critical strike chance of Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch by 15%. So now as those dots are ticking faster, they have a higher chance to crit for us. And then the last passive here is going to reduce the cooldown of Damnation by 15 seconds for us, so we can use it more often. So we do have 5 points to put in here. There's a lot of stuff I think we could put points into. So we can cause our shadowy apparitions to deal increased damage and generate 2 insanity. We do have enough points to get down into one of these bottom talents, which is where I think we want to go. So here, healing from Vampiric Touch while you're at max health will shield you, which is actually pretty solid. While shielded, Vampiric Touch and Devouring Plague deal additional damage. And then that can go into either Idol of Yasharaj, where Shadow Fiend causes you to gain a benefit based on your target's current emotional state, which just sounds interesting, but it also requires you using Shadow Fiend. Or Idol of Nazath, damage dealt by Shadow Word Pain, Vampiric Touch, and Devouring Plague has a 20% chance to apply Echoing Void. Each time Echoing Void is applied, it has a chance to collapse, dealing shadow damage to all nearby enemies until no stacks remain, which sounds super cool, especially with the build that we're creating. I just don't know if it's overkill, right? Like, we're going to kill things pretty fast with this build anyway, so I don't know if like getting the stacks is even going to matter. Vampiric Touch critical strikes also have a chance to create a shadowy apparition. That pairs well with our Abyssal Knowledge that we got over here. Up here, while you have Shadow Word Pain, Devouring Plague, and Vampiric Touch active on the same target, our Mind Blast will deal additional damage. That pairs well with what we're doing. Mind Flay and Mind Sear have a chance to extend Vampiric Touch and Shadow Word Pain. We're not really worried about that, so we'll definitely skip that one. And then down here on the bottom, Shadowy Apparitions have a 10% chance to become infused with the Void, dealing 20% additional damage. Consuming Vampiric Insight, which is what? Here we go. When we get the reset instant cast Mind Blast. Causes your shadow to animate after a moment. For 10 seconds, whenever you cast a spell, your shadow will cast a similar spell. Vampiric Insight has a greater chance to occur. And then down here, we have Idol of Yogg-Saron. After conjuring 50 shadowy apparitions, you summon a thing from beyond that serves you for 20 seconds, blasting enemies. Or Idol of Cthulhu, Mind Flay and Mind Sear have a chance to spawn a Void Tendril or Void Lasher that channels at your target for 15 seconds, generating 3 insanity. So I think what we take on this is going to change based on how the build feels. But I think for right now, let's try the shield. We can't get enough points in there. Let's go for... while we have this, Mind Blast does more damage. And then we could probably tie that into... Let's see. I want to try getting the shield while we have Vampiric Touch at maximum health. And then let's drop a point into... let's just try the Idol of Cthulhu. Let's give it a shot. All right, we're going to apply all this. Murphy, what's up? Sorry, I had to figure this talent build out so we could test it out. Well, if it isn't Mr. I don't use Summon Infernals. You just watch that. You know, it's just a big cooldown that I feel like I don't need for that particular build, right? Shadow sounds kind of a little bit interesting the further you go down. Yeah, it gets pretty weird, like, the further you get into it. All the idols, I think, makes it pretty interesting, but I still feel like they're flip-flopped. Like, this set needs to be over here, and this set needs to be over here. I don't know. Surrender? No, I am not doing Surrender to Madness. Someone in a comment, I think they left a comment, and they were like, imagine playing Shadow Priest and not taking Surrender to Madness, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, imagine not taking the mechanic that I don't want to use. Man, it's mind-blowing. All right, let's take a look. Let's set up our bars here real quick. So, Purify Disease. We got our Leap of Faith. Power Infusion. We got Void Eruption. Void Torrent, Shadow Crash, Mass Dispel. We got our Angelic Feather. Dispel Magic. Damnation. Vampiric Touch. We got our Shadow Mend. Mind Seer. Mind Blast. Devouring Plague. Desperate Prayer. Do have Fade and Flash Heal. We're not going to use Flash Heal. We've got Levitate if we need it. Mind Blast. Mind Soothe, Mind Vision, blah, blah, blah. We got Power Word Fortitude. Power Word Shield. Psychic Scream. Shadow Word Pain, which we don't technically need because we can cast Vampiric Touch, but I still like to keep it on the bar because it's instant cast and it's an easy way to tag something when you're questing. We don't need Smite. And then down in Shadow, we should have everything. Okay, so like I said, generally speaking, what we're going to do is tag something with Vampiric Touch. Then we're going to Mind Blast. If Mind Blast is on cooldown, then we're going to Mind Flay, which is not in here. Okay, we're going to Mind Flay. We're also going to put Devouring Plague onto things, and then we're also going to Shadow Word Pain, or sorry, Shadow Word Death, which is also not on here. All right. There we go. All right, and then we do have our Mind Flay or Mind Seer for AoE. We got our Shadow Mend for heals, and then we got our Shadow Word Pain to tag things. To get the ball rolling, we're going to use Damnation. And then let's get the rest of these on here. So we got Shadow Crash for AoE, Void Torrent for single targets. We've got Void Eruption when we need it. And then we have Power Infusion as well. For defensives, we basically have Desperate Prayer, Fade, and Power Word Shield. I am level 70, so this is a max level character for Dragonflight. So we're going to go down and I don't really know where we're at. We're in Valdrakken. It looks like a city. I'm assuming we need to go like out over here by the falls or something. So let's see if we can do that. We have... All right, let's try 2 into... Oh, we can't do 3. Okay. We just need to go find some enemies. Okay, there's bound to be enemies around here. Or not. Down we go. I have no idea where my Hearthstone is set. I don't like being along a river. It's like there's nothing here to fight. It's just goats and stuff. Really? Okay, that's not gonna work. Can I dive? Are you gonna let me dive? Oh, I can already kind of see how this terrain is gonna be really annoying until you get used to dragon riding. But I'm just trying to find an open area with enemies. Wow, look at everything going on the map. What the heck? Alright, I think we... Is this an area, or is this just another, like, side area? What is going on? There's stuff down there. Man, I would love to get... Ah, hey, man, you know. You should get one. Murphy's got the hookup. You should get one. Okay, we got some enemies here. So let's go for it. So like I said, we're going to start with Damnation to get everything ticking. Mind Blast. Mind Blast. Shadow Word Death. Alright, that's going to generate the Insanity for us so that we can switch to the next target. Vampiric Touch. We want to get Devouring Plague right away. Mind Blast. Mind Blast. We can go into Mind Flay. And then Shadow Word Death. That builds us back up again. Go for the next enemy. Same thing. Vampiric Touch. Devouring Plague. Mind Blast. Mind Blast. Oh, we got the proc for Mind Blast. I think we can cast that while we're channeling. I'm not sure. Wow, this guy, like... This guy's got a lot of health. Wow, stop bumping me into the air. Oh, we got a little AoE action here. Okay, Vampiric Touch. Vampiric Touch. We got Shadow Crash. We could throw that out there. Oh, the Shadow Word Death on that guy. Shadow Word Death on that guy. I'm not even using Power Word Shield. That's pretty nice. I don't really like these enemies though, if I'm being honest. Alright guys, I'm gonna officially declare Dragonflight not worth getting. I don't like the way these zones are set up. Oh snap. How did we not get into combat? That's insane. Okay, this looks a little bit better for testing. Okay, yeah, this looks a little better. What are you? Yes. Alright. So we could Damnation here, but I mean, we've got all the insanity we need to cast things, so we might as well. Is this thing just gonna stay there? Oh, well, that's kind of annoying. It's not really a test if they don't fight back. Frozen Family. Hey, welcome to the stream. Let me catch up on the chat here. Oh, look, we got some more Enraged Shards. So, yeah, I think we just Shadow Crash, and then... Honestly, these things don't do that much damage. I think we just throw out, like, a Power Word Shield, and then just Mind Serum to death. You know, do some Shadow Word Death to get him down the rest of the way. That was the lazy way to kill these things. But it lets us see, like, how our Shadow Min does. Yeah, so we get the heal over time now instead of the damage over time. Okay. I just want you to play how I am IRL. Come join us in the madness. It's fun, I think. Nah, man. Is it Surrender to Madness? Yeah, it's just not my thing. Looking in alpha, pretty balanced. There are some more broken than others. Oh, how are the classes looking? I definitely think some of them are stronger than the others. Like, absolutely. 100%. Some of them just delete things, and then others of them do fine. Other ones still don't even, like, feel good. We got an enhancement shaman? Is that what we got? Enhancement shaman is one that I think is pretty good. Oh, you got a new computer, Murphy. Sweet. You're finally able to afford one of the expensive, crazy graphics cards now. What did we take? We took Mind Flay and Mind Seer have a chance to spawn stuff, but like we're not even really using Mind Flay or Mind Seer against our enemies here. By the time we get like 2 Mind Blast in, they're basically dead. Yeah, I don't know if I care about that talent. I think like right here, I would rather have... I think right there, I would rather have the multi-target vampiric touch thing. Where is that at? I do not. I don't remember where that talent was. See, this is why I want to like opt out of like Void Eruption and all that stuff, because like you just don't need it. You just don't need it. Would love to have a season with broken classes. You know, I was playing the Fury Warrior yesterday and I was having a absolute blast, and all I could think was, Blizzard, don't nerf this. Like, don't nerf it. Make all the classes this fun. Like, if you make it so that the thing that I played with, and the build I played as Fury, just sucks, or you tone the damage down, or you tone down the speed, or whatever, like, it's just make everybody that fun. And I think your players will be a lot more engaged. Like, if the base, it's open world content, right? It should not be that difficult. It shouldn't be a slog. It shouldn't be a struggle. You know, take a lesson from Final Fantasy and just like everything drops exactly what you need. You're not grinding out mobs over and over and over again. Like, take a cue off of that and just make all the classes that level of fun. I really like, why are there so many spaces where there are no enemies in this stupid zone? I was trying to get out of there because I just didn't feel like those enemies were all that great either. I don't know, maybe it's because they were small, but I just felt like they were like lower health or something. What are the ravens around me? I don't know, I'll have to see. The new marksman build is kind of good. I have to see it since they changed, they made the tweaks and updates. I haven't messed with marksman since that first build testing video. Look, where are the enemies? What is going on? Yo, this is driving me nuts. Nothing. Just lots of roads. Lots of water. I guess we are checking out Dragonflight. Okay, here we go. Alright, this looks better. Yeah, this looks better. Okay, I feel a little better about this. Alright, so, Damnation. Mind Blast. Mind Blast. Shadow or Death. No problems. We can Power Word Shield in between things. Vampiric Touch. Devouring Plague. Mind Blast. Mind Blast. We'll go into Mind Flay. Get him down. Shadow or Death. Alright. Next target. Catch up on chat. I've not played WoW in about 2 years. I play a balanced Druid, a Fury Warrior, and Hunter. Don't know what I would like to play, but I'm big into PvP and Mythic Plus dungeons and raids. Got any suggestions? So I don't PvP anymore, and all the testing I've done has been just for questing builds so far. Nothing for dungeons or raids at all. So I really can't give you like a well-informed opinion about that stuff at the moment. I can tell you that out of the ones you listed, I mean, Fury Warrior was a blast. I didn't particularly enjoy anything about Hunter, but it wasn't bad. I was just kind of like bored with it at this point. And I felt like, yeah, it's not that Hunter was bad. Hunter was killing stuff just fine. But I was a little bored with it. And then Balanced Druid, I think Balanced Druid was kind of the same. Ooh, I just did Shadow or Death way too early. Yeah, these guys have more health. I should pay attention to this. How was Fury Warrior, if that's what I mean? I really want to give. So if you look at the last live stream I just did on the channel, I just did it yesterday. It's called... oh yeah, this wasn't working. I forgot about that. It's called Testing DK and Warrior Builds. That should give you a look. The build that I did for Fury Warrior was a attack speed two-hander. Yeah, this guy has a lot of health, man. I just was not playing that correctly at all. I was playing a single-handed weapon dual-wield attack speed build, and it was amazing. I loved it. Zones are too big and empty like Star Wars The Old Republic. Is there a good density of things to kill and do? I haven't explored the zones too much, but this is the first one where I've kind of felt like there's nothing going on. Like there's a lot of empty space. But this is also max level, and I'm assuming that at this point you should be really good at dragon riding, and maybe your dragon riding stuff should have expanded at this point. What is that? Oh, it's like drawing me in. That's interesting. Oh, look at all those. Wow, look at those Devouring Plague procs we are getting. What the heck? Is that bugged or what? Oh my gosh. I don't want to death that guy yet. There we go. That was a weird mechanic. Sorry, I got distracted there. This is the first zone where I've kind of felt that way, like, where is everything? But like I said, you're probably supposed to be max level by now, like I am here. You've gotten better at dragon riding over the course of the expansion, so you could probably navigate these zones a lot better than I am right now. Why are we getting so many procs of Devouring Plague here? What the heck? Also, what is with this crazy lava thing? That is... what? I am really confused as to why we're getting that many procs of Devouring Plague. Mind Blast deals increased damage and has a 20% chance to make your next Devouring Plague cost no insanity. But it shouldn't have been just like chaining like that. You guys saw what I was talking about, right? It was like flashing the entire time. That's got to be a bug. Was lucky with the GPU, got it for retail back in March, I'm assuming. However, I thought it would go okay with my 11-year-old computer. Yeah, I mean, you probably should have seen that one coming, right? It's kind of hard to slap a brand new GPU into a super old computer. So we're actually doing a bonus objective here, which is interesting. Let's try Void Torrent. Shh. Yeah, these guys have a lot of health. Holy cow. 199k. We're on 130k, so they are enemies with higher health than what we have. Yeah, see, look at that. It's just Devouring Plague over and over. And it's also not stacking, I think, the way it said it would. Man, Power Word Death did nothing. So I felt like the other enemies we were fighting were too weak, and now I feel like these are a little too strong. Not because we're struggling with them, just because their health pool is so large. Hey, look, we got a tendril. See, like, this would kill. There we go. Okay. Dirty Wolf. Hey, man, what is up? Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for leaving a comment on, like, every video. You guys want dedication? Dirty Wolf is, like, the king or queen. I don't know. Just because you're dirty. You know? The Dirty Wolf is the king or queen of consistency and dedication and leaving comments on the videos. And I definitely have noticed. It's much appreciated. So while we have all three on our target, Mind Blast is going to deal additional. You just throw that out, because why not? Yeah, I'm absolutely not worried about this build at all. Man, it still didn't kill the target. That's crazy. These guys are going to mess up my weak auras. What do you guys think? I think the Shadow build is pretty much, like, I'm not even really, like, taking this that seriously, and I think it's proven itself. These guys just take a while to kill. That's really all it is. Man, these guys have got... They've got so much health. But yeah, with this build, you can basically just continually perpetuate that cycle of... you know, just casting Devouring Plague and all your dots, and then finishing with the Shadow Word Death. See if we can find some different enemies. Oh, you can make a waypoints. Interesting. Lots of elementals here. The enemies didn't get the alpha. How am I liking the priest? So I named this character my fave class, sarcastically. That's an inside joke. If you've been here a while, then you probably know that priest is my least played class. And it actually wasn't until Shadow got this whole Devouring Plague build that I actually kind of started to like playing priest a little bit. That being said, I mean, this is fine. How do I put this? If I had to play this, I would not be sad, but like I would rather play like Destruction Lock or most anything else. I'm also more of a melee player than a caster player, even though there are some casters I really like. But yeah, I think the Shadow build works. I think we're good on this one. Wow, that was a nice 21,000 or yeah, 21,000 heal. So let's switch over. The next one we're going to look at is Holy. And I will throw that one up on the screen for you guys as well. Am I putting on airs? So should I just say what I think? You may like Priest. I'm just finding Priest to be kind of boring. the Shadow Priest. Like, compared to the other stuff, like, to me, it's just not... Even the build that I like, I'm just like, eh, whatever. I mean, that's... I'm attempting to be honest here, and I'm going to see how many people I offend with this statement. It doesn't mean Priest is bad or it can't be fun. It just means, like, I'm not really having fun. This is the Holy build that we're going to be using. I have some hope for Discipline, though, because I do like throwing out big penance things, and I think I actually ended up playing that more than Shadow. So we'll see. Holy, I'm not expecting to be exciting either, because we're taking a healing build and trying to make it good at open world content, which I think it'll do fine. I just don't know if it'll actually be good. All right, so let's put our points in here. And we're gonna go here, 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 here. And we also got all this stuff for Shadow Fiend, which I wasn't using at all. All right, so we're going to put another point in there, and I think, again, we'll probably just pick up some of the stuff we got for... Let's grab Shadowman into Mind Blast for the defense, because we do use Mind Blast. If we're going to have Shadowman, then I think we'll pick up Masochism, although we probably don't really need to. We'll get Leap of Faith. We'll do that. All right, so then on the Holy side, again, I think like we just kind of ended up putting points into stuff because we had to, not because it was necessarily good for open world content, but that's okay. We'll see what we can do with those extra points. All right. 2 points here, 1 here, 2 here. I think we'll get Imperial Blaze. Spells that reduce the cooldowns of your holy words, reduce them further. Two-minute Apotheosis. That could be worth it. So our power word that we're going to be using is Chastise, where we are going to deal damage and incapacitate the target. This will allow us to increase the damage of Smite and has a chance to apply Holy Fire. Let's go for that. We got 1 point left. Let's pick up Apotheosis. All right, so this is going to be the build. I was hoping for Dis so I could catch it before I go to sleep. Oh, sorry. It's gonna be. It'll be after this. It's next. I'm going in video order. All right. So let's get into this build. So basically, what we should be doing in this build is hitting pretty hard with Smite and Holy Fire. We do have Shadow Word Death as a finisher. We've got Mind Blast as another filler that we can use while it's on cooldown. We got Holy Nova for AoE. We picked up some perks to Holy Nova. While Power Word Shield is active, our Smite is going to deal additional damage, so we're going to want to have that up. While we're above 75% health, the cast time of Smite is going to be reduced as well. We did pick up Shadow Fiend, so we could use that as a DPS cooldown too. And then over here, like I said, we picked up some stuff that's healing just to have it because we had to put points in somewhere. So we picked it up on the assumption that we might be working with another player. But mainly we have Holy Fire and we have Holy Word Chastise here, which are going to deal the main sorts of damage for us. So Holy Word Chastise is going to deal a nice chunk of damage, stun the target, and the cooldown is going to be reduced by 4 seconds when we cast Smite. Then we also picked up a couple of other abilities that will deal some damage. So I believe we have Divine Star here, which we can throw out to deal some damage, 15-second cooldown. So we can add that into our rotation. Then we've got more heals. We've got some cooldown reduction stuff here. We have Imperial Blaze now, 30-second cooldown. Refreshes Holy Fire. Your next 3 casts of Holy Fire cost no mana, incur no cooldown, and cast instantly And whenever Holy Fire is reapplied, the duration is now extended instead. So we can use that as like a nuke. Then we have Divine Words. So this is instant cast. It says the effectiveness of your next Holy Word, Serenity, Sanctify, or Chastise is increased by 50%. So it'll hit super hard. And it will grant a corresponding Divine Favor for 15 seconds. So Chastise will increase damage. And Smite has a chance to apply Holy Fire. So we got that as a little boost. And then also we have Apotheosis, 2-minute cooldown, kind of at the top end of what I want to use for open world questing and stuff. But this will reset the cooldowns of your holy words, and you enter a pure holy form for 20 seconds, increasing the cooldown reductions to your holy words by 300% and reducing their cost. Now, I believe... Right, so Smite is going to reduce the cooldown for us. The cooldowns of your holy words are reduced by an additional 33% when you cast the relevant spells. So basically what we're doing is we're trying to Holy Word Chastise. We're going to Holy Word Fire. We're going to Mind Blast, because it still does a solid amount of damage, I believe. We'll double check that. And then we're just going to Smite a lot. We want to have our shield on. But then we're going to Smite a lot and try to reduce the cooldown of Holy Word Chastise. And that's pretty much the build. And I think it'll do fine. Just gonna Holy Nova these things to death. Might take a while, but that's okay. Ernesto says, dude, if you do class guides, I will start playing again. That is currently the plan. I've been asking people to show support on the videos with their likes and comments, and everybody has been doing that. So that is currently the plan, is to work back into doing class guides and stuff. So get ready, I guess. Also, welcome to the stream. Much appreciated. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, so let's... Got Shining Forest. We got 80 million heals. We're going to have 80 million heals. We want that here. That's a cooldown. I don't care about these right now. That's our Holy Word Chastise, which we want. We got Sanctify. Okay. Guardian Spirit. We do have Apotheosis. We've got Angelic Feather. We've got our Imperial Blaze. Circle of Healing doesn't do any damage. Divine Star. Holy Word Serenity. Symbol of Hope. Okay, so we got Power Word Fortitude. Let's do it. Power Word Shield. Psychic Scream if we need it. Smite for sure. Shadow Word Death. Shadow Word Pain. And then in Holy... We're good. All right, so like I said, we're going to Holy Fire the target, then we're going to Smite the crap out of it. But we also want to have access to a few other abilities here. So we can Divine Star. We can Shadow Word Pain. We can Mind Blast. We have Shadow Word Death, and we have our shield. We have Holy Nova for AoE, and then we also have Shadow Min. So there's a lot we can do here, and I don't think we need to press all these buttons. So we're going to figure out what it takes. Let's go with just casting... Let's see, Mind Blast does 8,000 shadow damage. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. Let's see if we can do without Shadow Word Pain. Okay. We're gonna see if we can do without Shadow Word Pain. Like, just so we don't have another dot we have to add. Alright, let's go for this thing here. Alright, so we're gonna... I think we're just gonna Mind Blast first. Holy Fire. Let's get our shield up, and we're gonna start smiting. 14,000 damage smite. What the hell? Okay, and then we can Shadow Word Death. Good to go. Mind Blast. Bam. Shields up. Smite. 7,000 damage smite. That is crazy. So the smites aren't taking them down as fast as I wish they would here. But we do have Holy Smite up again, and I'm not casting it. So I think we do have to play a little bit more. We got to pay a little more attention. Let's see. All these little blobs everywhere. We aggroed a bunch of them. Fell in love with the game again after I discovered my tanking guides. Oh, really? When was that? Also, I'm glad they helped you out. I really enjoyed making the beginner's guides. I liked making WoW content. I just really stopped enjoying playing WoW, especially from the perspective of trying to pursue it as like a YouTube content creator. All right, let's Divine Star. All right, we're gonna try like the full thing here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna Mind Blast, we're gonna Holy Fire, we're gonna Shadow Word Pain, we're gonna Divine Star, then we're gonna shield up and start smiting. That's so overkill. It just seems a little ridiculous, but we're gonna try it. It's a lot of buttons to press. But it is killing the target a lot faster. Yeah, and we could have Holy Fired again. 6-second cooldown. Alright, let's just see. This time, we're going to Mind Blast. We're going to Holy Fire. Divine Star. Shield up. We're going to Smite. We're going to Holy Fire again. Okay, yeah, so we can leave out Shadow Word Pain if we do the second Holy Fire. That's fine. Do we need the shield? I don't know if we need the shield bonus. I feel like we don't. Justin Freeman. Hey, somebody else popping in here. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you watching. Glad to see you back in WoW. Your guides helped me out tremendously. Was it the tanking guides or was it different guides? A lot of people say the tanking guides. I guess those are the ones that I made, like, I actually finished. I only got around to doing the Shaman healing guide, so I don't really expect people to be like, it was your healing guide. The only one you made. Where's my mount? Like, weirdly, why do I like this build better than Shadow? I just kind of do. Oh, hey! We're back in the usual testing ground. This is more like it. This is more like it. Here we go. All right. So we're going to try to kill one of these without... Man, that thing's health was, like, not moving. Yeah, this build is fine. This is about as good as I would expect a healer open world questing build to be, right? Because it's really not going to be as fast as a DPS class, but it gets the job done, and you could move from enemy to enemy no problems. So Mind Blast, Holy Fire, Divine Star. Let's try without the shield, just going into Smite. Right, back into Holy Fire. Just go back into Smite. Actually, we have a Mind Blast we could throw there. Another Smite. Into a Shadow Word Death for 28,000. What the heck? That's pretty good. All right, so let's try this for real. Okay. Mind Blast. Holy Fire. Divine Star. We're going to smite. Smite into the next Mind Blast. Into Holy Fire. Into Smite. Smite. Shadow or Death. Now, the element we've been missing here is the Holy Word Chastise. So, Holy Word Chastise cooldown is going to be reduced by Smite. We also get a stun from it. I think it makes sense to cast it. I think it just makes sense to cast it before we go into Smite. Alright, so we Mind Blast, Holy Fire, throw out our Divine Star, Chastise, which did not look like it did a lot of damage. What? It did. I guess it did 11,000. It just didn't really move the bar. Man. That is kind of disappointing. But the cooldown's almost up, right? Let's try again. Alright. Here. Here. We're going to throw up the shield since we pulled multiple targets here. Let's Chastise. So we got the stun. Alright, we're going to Mind Blast. Holy Fire again. Shadow or Death. Switch targets. Throw up our shield. Mind Blast. Holy Fire. Start going into Smite. It does bring the cooldown down, like, pretty rapidly. Man, okay, so we got through 2 enemies before Shadow Word Death was back up. It's not bad, you guys. It's not bad. All of them? All the guides? Oh, that's cool. I'm definitely, yeah, I'm going to be making more. I'm enjoying this. I am. I think the talent build system is really what I needed to, like, feel like I had a purpose for creating WoW content again. Yeah, I think we're about done with this one. $28,000. 28,000 Shadow Word Death. Those are actually pretty big numbers. Seems like it anyway. I don't think I want this Angelic Feather, though. I think Angelic Feather is better in dungeons. I think I like the Power Word Shield travel thing a little better. So I guess if we have the shield, like, we do cast Smite faster, which will help us get to Chastise a little bit better. Holy's unkillable. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm not even healing. I'm not even healing. Like, imagine if if I got down low, I would just throw out a single heal and I'd be up, I'd be fine again. So, yeah, I think this is totally fine. It's not my favorite, but it's fine. I do like seeing 28,000 on Shadow Word Death, though. Alright, let's go back up here, and we will switch over to Discipline. I have a hard time sticking to one class long term. Played a lot of Druid at the beginning of Shadowlands, but towards the end, I switched to Mage. Yeah, I'd like to know what Mage. You said, I really like Arcane, but Frost was definitely the best to level in Shadowlands. Wait until you see Fire. Oh, man. Wait until you see Fire. When is that video coming out? Let me see. When is the Fire video coming out? Oh, my God. Fire's insane right now. 24th. Wednesday. Fire Mage video is coming out on Wednesday. Frost is Thursday, and Arcane is Friday. I mean, I thought they were all good. But I don't know what they were thinking with Fire. I really don't. I don't know what they were. Fire is dope. Spoilers, fire is dope. All right, let's go to discipline. While this is switching over, I'm going to throw this over here for you guys. So hopefully you should be able to see it. This is the discipline build we're going to be using. Joink. So let's get that going. And if you guys are still here and you still want to hang out after this, I do have some additional stuff we can check out. I mainly wanted to get Priest done. I'm trying to work through these demo tests. Okay, so discipline. Let's get into the talents here real quick. Murphy says fire and Dragonflight looks good. Yeah, it does. Dis equals life. That makes me think of you and Lost arguing over priest specs. I'm gonna switch this to body and soul. I don't want to deal with the feather right now. It's also one that I prefer to have like with my keybinds, which I'm too lazy to set up in alpha. So we're gonna put the second point in there. All right, and then let's do the same kind of stuff, I think. We don't really cast. We do cast Smite, right? In between penance, although I don't really know that we get around to it. Let me know if I'm remembering incorrectly, Murphy. Let's see. We'll take this and this and I'm not worried about it. Priest is just one of the classes that it's a little bit harder to make an exciting questing build because 2 out of 3 specs is a healing spec, and while you can definitely spec them to get the job done, they're just generally a little less interesting in my opinion. But that's the thing, is they kick butt at healing, right? Which is what they should be good at. They kick butt at that. So let's see. So we picked up the usual here. We got some improvements to Holy Nova. We got the Power Word Shield making Smite do additional damage here. Then we've got our Power Word Death pumps, our Shadow Word Min pumps, everything we need for Mind Blast. We picked up Shadow Fiend with all the bonuses as well. And then over here for Discipline, we got Atonement as the first talent here. But we did pick up Inner Light and Shadow, which I think is really cool. We're going to do Inner Shadow. So our spell damage is increased by 10%. We've got Penance. We picked up Power Word Solace. So this is going to strike the enemy and deal damage and restore some of our mana. Pain Suppression. And we've got Schism. And we've got some stuff that ties into this. So attack the enemy's soul, dealing a bunch of shadow damage and increasing your spell damage on the target by 25% for 9 seconds. And then we've also got our Shadow Covenant. So 30-second cooldown, you make a shadowy pact, healing the target and others within 30 yards. Your shadow spells deal increased damage and healing, but your holy spells deal decreased damage and healing. So we picked this up with the intention of boosting our shadow damage, and we do have some talents that allow us to tweak some of our holy spells into shadow. So that's kind of what we're working with there. We also did pick up Divine Star again. On the passive side of things, so Penance is going to fire an additional bolt. Shadow Word Pain has a chance to empower Penance with Shadow, increasing the effectiveness. Power of the Dark Side, which is this, increases the effectiveness of Penance by an additional 10%. Right here, Power Word Shield reduces the cooldown of Pain Suppression, which is the defensive we have. Pain Suppression is also going to heal the target for 10% of their max health, which should be us. The damage or healing of your first bolt of Penance is increased. Your damage is increased, diminishing for each ally affected by your atonement. It should only be us, so we should get I'm imagining it'll be 10% increased damage if we have Atonement on us. Don't quote me on that. We'll have to check it out. So then here for Shadow Covenant, where our shadow spells are going to be increased, we've got additional 4 seconds. And then while Shadow Covenant is active, Penance becomes Dark Reprimand, causing shadow damage over time, and is castable while moving. All right. Off of Divine Star, we went down and got Shadow Word Death's damage triggers Atonement when used on targets below 20% health. And then we got Wickedness. So Wickedness, Divine Star, and Halo now deal shadow damage and gain an additional effect. So Wicked Star deals an additional shadow damage over 6 seconds to enemies in its path. And Divine Star will deal 10% additional damage each time it hits an enemy. Now we do have 6 points to put in. I think I missed picking up something somewhere. Or maybe not. Got that, got that. Got all those. Yeah, maybe not. So we got to put a couple more points in here. Atonement, healing, psychic scream reduction. The duration of schism is increased. That gives us like 12 seconds. That's actually a reasonable amount, I think. We've got Rapture. Got Power Word Barrier. Power Word Radiance. Yeah, so this over here is definitely like the healing side. So I think we'll take Malicious Shizen? I don't know how we're saying that. What else do we want to take? Maybe Atonements heal for more when activated by Mind Blast. And then Light's Wrath. 1.5 minute cooldown, just a big AoE. Yeah, at this point, again, we're just kind of picking stuff that's not really going to change our open world content capabilities. All right, so we're going to switch this to Inner Shadow here in a minute. All right, so we'll go to Inner Shadow. All right, we've got our shield, we got our smites, we got our pain, we got Shadow Mend, Holy Nova, we got our crazy Light's Wrath thing, we got our Shadow Covenant, we got Power Word Solace, Divine Star. All right, what else are we missing here? So we got Mind Blast, Power Infusion, Power Word Fortitude, and then Penance. Obviously, we need Penance. We want Schism or Schism. I don't know how you say it. None Given says, I think I firmly decided on Ass Rogue. You know, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. I saw on Wildhead where they're making changes to the mage trees. Looks like they're reworking them after the complaints. I wonder what the complaints were for. Like, I know a lot of people are testing the builds from the perspective of like dungeons and raids, but, you know, I'm obviously testing them from a completely different perspective. And, I mean, at least Fire was like spicy good. No Purge of the Wicked. Where's it at on the talent tree? Did I get it or did I not get it? Over here. I mean, do I want to go down there? Yeah, see, this is one I would just have to test. Like, 20 seconds is just a long time. Like, stuff should die well before 20 seconds, I would hope. Also, I don't know if I'm going to do big pulls as discipline. So, I actually want to make builds low APM. I want to make single target focus. I want to make big pull focus builds, and then a nice in-between. I feel like this is closer to the nice in-between build. But that's probably something I would pick up in that situation. You get an AoE. Yeah. So what? I pull 1, 2. That's 1, 2, 3. So I take a point out of somewhere. We could take a point out of here. Try that. It sounded like with Mage, there were certain paths you should definitely take. I think Icy Veins is one of the main examples they use. See, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. I avoided Icy Veins at all costs on my Frost Mage because it's a long cooldown that I don't like using in questing content. So for me, that path was definitely not the obvious one to take. Is it the obvious one to take if you're raiding or doing dungeons or something like that? Sure. I could believe that. Absolutely. I didn't really look at it from that perspective yet, but it definitely could be. But like I said, I avoided it at all costs. Okay. So we're just going to look at kind of what our base damage is here, and then we'll get into all the crazy Schism, Shadow Covenant ridiculousness.
I do not have a target.
I didn't mean to do that. Let's get rid of that. So we are not sitting here with Power Infusion, skewing our results here.
Those bananas won't hold off the proto-dragons forever.
Icy Veins was a lifesaver when I pulled too many mobs while leveling in Shadowlands. Yeah, I mean, but now if you look at the talent tree, I think Ice Block is a preferable lifesaver. Because you can put talents into Ice Block to where it heals you for 90% of your health while you're in the Ice Block. Which is super nice. Alright, so we're in Shadow. We're going to Mind Blast into Penance, I believe. Let's just see what that does. I do some smites here. We're not going to dot anything yet. I just kind of want to see what this rotation looks like. This doesn't feel good. This does not feel good without the extra dots. So we definitely are going to need to add the dots here. We're not shielding or anything. I just like to get a gauge for like how the casts are doing on their own. Oh yeah, we do have death. Alright, so that was terrible. Let's try mixing in some of our other abilities here. Alright, so we're going to put our dots up. Oop. Oop. Let's go ahead and do one of those. Let's do one of those. Let's do one of these. Let's Mind Blast again. Smite. 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 I was hoping that would get us to a death. So we basically are killing the target before we get to the second penance cooldown with that rotation, but Murphy, give me some thoughts here, man. Give me some thoughts. There's a lot of buttons to hit to output some damage, but I mean, I took just about every damage talent I could take here. All right, let's try this again. Let's try with just kind of like the standard stuff we would be able to use here. Let's go ahead and shield up so we get the extra damage on Smite. Alright, Shadow Word Pain is off. Yeah, man, this testing is skewing like everything. Shadow Word Pain is... Okay, 12 seconds. That makes sense, I guess. Man, and that death is just not killing stuff. Oh, MB! Hey! Look at you sneaking in an hour late. I didn't even see you up there. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I tend to experiment to find my own builds, which usually end up being pretty close to the recommended stuff. Yeah, that's generally what I do as well. Except I think a lot of times they tend to not be the recommended stuff. Schism should be put on you. Maybe Shadow Cove is a bit overkill. Yeah, maybe. So, I mean, that is going to be the thing, right? So this is going to be the 24-second cooldown. Do you think we just start? Yeah. All right, let's try it out. We're going to start with that into the typical here. I feel like this is going to do better. I don't know, man. That still didn't really... I know I'm not hitting like every button and playing as optimally as I possibly can or anything like that, but like... I don't mind testing like semi-sub-optimally sometimes. So let's see, Shadow Covenant. Let's see if Mind Blast. Let's dot him up. Let's Shadow Covenant to Dark Reprimand. That just didn't seem to really do much either. I mean, I feel like that's better than Schism. Is it just me, or was that a little bit better? All right, let's try one target with Schism. All right, so we're gonna do... I don't know if I should be dotting like first or next or last or whatever, but I'm just gonna do this order, and then we're gonna do the same thing with and that like sliver of health there. Just go away. Just go away. Alright, let's do the same thing with the Shadow Covenant. Cooldown is only 6 seconds longer. Bit better. Bloody hell. Again, like I said, we're playing a healing build, right? So I can't expect this to blow through things, right? So let's try the same thing with Covenant. If we can. Wait for that guy to go away. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. Mind Blast, but this time we're going to Covenant. We're going to do the dots. The 2 dots we have. We're going to go Dark Reprimand into a Smite. Into a Mind Blast. Alright, back into Smite. Back into Smite. I don't know, did that feel better or worse? I really don't know. Alright, well, you know, we've obviously got one more test, right? We need to use both of them. Right? Oh, I should have cast Schism first. That's my bad. Oh, why does this not feel good? Again, like, nothing's gonna kill us, right? The build's fine. I took basically every DPS talent I could take. Right, and Solace, yeah. I mean, I know I can mash 18 buttons, but I just hate the idea of... It's what you have to do on healers and tanks sometimes, right? You just have to mash all the buttons. So I should cast Schism first, right? All right, so let's do it. We're gonna go this, Mind Blast. All right, we're gonna do our penance and get that going real quick. And we're gonna cast all the dots, all the things. Get over here. Mind Blast, penance, death. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 abilities we used, and we killed that thing fairly quickly. I'm a button masher, that's why I love Dis. But you know, I mean, at least like by the time we're done killing the thing, all of our cooldowns are back, right? Here we go again. Boom, boom, boom. You think I should dot beforehand so I could spend more time casting? You think that'll make a difference? I should have Mind Blasted there. That's my bad. Yeah, maybe I should dot first. Like, what if I get... Let's try it out. Dot. Dot. Schism. Alright, dots are up. Mind Blast. Penance. Oh, I cast the wrong ability there. It's that one, that one. Smite. Mind Blast. I think that was better. I think that was better. Like, just getting the dots on there first. But that's discipline. I'm sorry if I'm not that excited, you guys. This is the struggle I had when I was trying to do content before. It was like trying to be into something when I'm trying. Guys, tell me what you think, please. If you've got a moment to give me your opinion, like, how do you feel as someone who maybe likes Priest, or whatever? Like, do you feel like seeing me play this way, where I don't know if I'd go so far as to say like I'm not enjoying myself, but I'm just really not into it. Do you feel like it's not fair? That's what I worry. Is like I try to give all the classes and all the builds a fair shake and to play them and to come up with builds that genuinely work, right? And I think these builds work, but I just absolutely do not have fun with them. And my worry is that you'll take offense, essentially, and think that I think that the class you like to play is bad or, you know, stupid or whatever, or that I'm not taking it seriously or, you know, those kind of things. When, like, genuinely I am, like, I put the same amount of, like, time, effort, and research into, I think we disconnected, into every class. It's just not every single class is one that I personally enjoy. So when I'm doing the research, I might not be like, whoa, but I'm still doing the research for you guys to find the builds and the things that work and the things that I feel like, yeah, I could go quest with this. And I do level all the classes, so I do end up leveling even the classes I don't have that much fun with. You know, so I want to find those builds, but I mean that's something I struggled with like before. It's like trying to, I don't want to say put on a front of like enjoying something, but just getting into this space where I felt like if I didn't enjoy it, it wasn't going to be entertaining for you to watch. When maybe it's the process, the testing, the looking, you know, and everything else that's fun. I don't know. If you guys have opinions on that, I would love to hear it. And I think this is the perfect video for it. Whether you're here live or whether you're watching this as a VOD later on, like, that's a topic I would really love to hear your opinion on. So I would like to see you play the classes you like to play. You sound sad playing Priest. Don't take offense, but I feel like you waste your time Do I waste my time like testing these builds to make them for people to use them? I mean, like that's the thing. Like, do I have to enjoy it to make a guide that'll help someone? Right? I mean, is it a waste of my time if I make a guide for a class or a specialization I personally don't enjoy, if it still helps somebody who does enjoy that class? You know? If I was just doing it for myself, then yeah, I wouldn't go out and do the testing and stuff. I just whip together my shadow build that I know works and then go out and level, you know, and do what I need to do there. It looks like we're getting stuck here, so I'm going to quit this out and I'm going to switch this back over real quick. We're going to boot up the alpha again, you guys, don't worry. I don't get that impression at all. Everyone has their own favorites, and to me, you do your best to show off the best of all the classes. I keep trying to level a priest, but struggle to stay motivated long enough to reach max level with it. And see, that's the thing. It's not specific to priest either. Like, and sometimes I enjoy the class and sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes I like playing hunter. Other times I hate playing hunter and I think it's absolutely boring. And that's a class that tons of people love. If you go back and look at the views on these videos that I've been doing, which, you know, I've been keeping an eye on them just to kind of see how they do. Like the hunter videos, like, look, survival has 1,300 views. Marksmanship has 1,000 views. Beast Mastery has 1,700 views. And that's a lot of views for these videos that I've been putting out. That's combined 4,000 views for hunter. Compare that to rogue, okay? Rogue's got 800, 600, 500. It's got roughly like 1,500 views across all three videos compared to 4,000 on hunter. And I honestly think that hunter in Dragonflight right now is boring as hell. And I really don't want to play it. I'm not that into rogue in its current state either, but I'm a lot more into rogue than I am hunter. So it's not just like priest. It's not always the same classes. You know, it changes from expansion to expansion. Yeah. All right, so we are back up here. Let's see if we can get back in. Maybe not, but in my opinion, you don't need to get that deep with those classes. That was what I meant. You think like a beginner's guide and then be like, all right, we're good. So that is kind of what I intend. So we've been talking a little bit about the idea of seasons on the channel, and I've got some ideas for those. And they would mainly involve where... Look where it put us. Wow, we went way back in time. Okay. Alright, well, I think we're good with Priest. I think all these builds work, and I will definitely look at them again before the expansion's actually out and make some tweaks and changes if I need to. Sincerely enjoy your guides. I've watched ones on classes I don't even play just to see how I should if I try. Also played Hunter 17 years and I'm finding it boring also in Dragonflight. Yeah, and that's the thing about it is that it's not that the class is bad. If you guys watched the testing video, Hunter was just murdering stuff. It was kind of ridiculous, but I just didn't enjoy it. And, you know, I actually did like... I was getting into Priest a little bit at the end of BFA, towards the beginning of Shadowlands with the Devouring Plague and all that kind of stuff. It's not doing it for me right now. It's really not. So... all right. Well, you guys are here. If you want to keep hanging out, my ideas here were that we could switch over and look at a couple of the level 70 builds for a few things, or we could look at some different classes I've already showcased that have had updates, or I could just get on Fury Warrior and run around and kill stuff really fast. I kind of just want to test that out. I think that's what I'm going to do here at the end, you guys. That's going to do it for the Priest showcase. Again, like, let me know what you think in the comment section below about everything I just talked about in regards to Priest and playing classes that, you know, putting the effort into classes that maybe I don't personally enjoy. it doesn't bother me to put that effort in, but I just worry that on like a live stream or something, it's just, you know, not entertaining to watch. But what I want to do is get the max level warrior, and I want to try out the Prot and the Fury builds, because I want to see with all the health that those guys had, like how well it does against those. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. And we're just going to hang out here for the last part of the stream for a little while we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Beginner guide and deep diving classes you like more. That's kind of the idea that I have. And I'll explain it more. I think this week I'll have a video talking about the seasons in more depths, because we got a lot of positive responses to that idea. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you want to check out, let me find it for you guys real quick. I am promoting it because I still want, you know, as many opinions as I can get on it. Check out this video here. Tell me what you think. Channel seasons. Did that show up? Okay, it did show up. Cool. Yeah. Check that out. And where'd all my videos go? What the heck? That was so weird. Okay. Nah. Never mind. If you guys look back at that, if you look, it said uploads, and it was missing all my class specialization videos. They're still there, but that was just weird. All right, so let's get into our bag real quick. We should be Fury right now. I mainly just want to test this build out. We got to open the bag twice so we can get both of our single hand weapons here. All right, let's make this build real quick. I'm going to pull up that live stream so I can just pull the build off there real quick. Save us some time. All right, let's go back. All right. A build took a little while to make too. All right. So all across the top here. Here, 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 here. Yep. Yep. My cursor's in the way, but I think I took that. Trying to pause my stream. Okay, there we go. Where my mouse isn't in the way. Here, 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 here. This is the one where it was going to be like really awkward with the extra points the way they are. Because we didn't want to put anything into Rampaging Blow because we don't, or Raging Blow because we don't have Raging Blow. So we'll take that. Take that. I mean, from here, Whirlwind. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. That makes sense to me. All right, and then here, 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 here. Stormbolt. Here. Took this. And we also took Pain and Gain. What are you missing? Oh, this. All right, so then that, and then that. And then I think we want to go for crit chance, I think. Armor, stamina. We got 4 points left. We can get Shockwave. We can get Avatar to just deal increased damage. I think that sounds fine. And then... yeah, okay, we're going to get that. Yep. Alright, so that's going to be the build. I just want to test this out against some enemies that have the same level of health we've just been seeing, because this was deleting things in the test. Alright, so let's set this up real quick. Let's get our dragon riding mount up there. I'm just going to get rid of the stuff that I don't care about at all. Don't scare me like that. All right, Murphy. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Much appreciated. All right, we got Bloodthirst. Rampage. Execute. All right. So Battle Shout. What else are we missing? Slam. We do need Slam. That's all good. I think we'll find out if we have the right execute. I don't remember which one was the right one. Okay, so basically with this build, we were bloodthirsting, slam. That's exactly what we had. And then we've got 45-second cooldown, 1 minute, 1.5, 1.5. Yep, that's really all we need. So this is a super simple build here. Now we went over to the Waking Shores, I think is the direction that we headed. Not sure if there's like a better jumping off point for this, but we can find out. See if we're headed in the right direction. Maybe we can get there a little bit quicker this time. You know how annoying this would be? Like if you went the wrong way. Yeah, we want to go to the fiery part. I feel like I got better at this dragon riding thing, like, pretty quickly. Oh, these are the big guys. Yeah, we could test out on the big guys. Sure, why not? Why not? Let's do it. All right.
I'm out of range.
Okay, so we want the other execute. Yep. I mean, that's not as fast as it was in the other test, but these guys have way more health than those other enemies did, so I'm not super worried about that. Nice. Very nice. Oh my gosh, that guy got deleted. He's like, stop jumping around. Just slap the crap out of me. Yeah, this is and this is why I just can't, you know. I get on something like this and I'm like, why play priest? At least from the perspective of like questing and stuff. For healing and stuff, that's a totally different story. Easy. We're destroying this entire camp.
I need to get closer.
That lava thing is super weird.
I need a target.
I am out of things to kill. All right, so yeah, this build still works. If you can't tell, this is one I'm very excited about, so I'm looking forward to actually getting to like level with this and test it out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's fast, it's speedy. I love how fast you get to run on this thing. Spicy. All right, you guys. Well, I think for today, this is where I'm going to call it for the stream. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you enjoyed just the discussion that we had here today, talking about priests, checking out the builds and everything. Again, hey, we got disconnected, so it's like right on time. Again, you guys, please let me know, what you think in the comment section below about the things that I talked about here as far as like, just the entertainment value, time, all that kind of stuff when it comes to something that maybe, it's hard for me to fake enjoyment. I don't want to fake enjoyment. And this is something that I was worried about the last time I was making content. So I'd love to hear what you guys think on the subject. Outside of that, appreciate you guys tuning in for the live stream. I am not sure. The next one will probably be this weekend or early next week. Okay, so don't expect any live streams between now and say Friday. Friday would be like the earliest you would probably see another live stream. I will give you guys notice again ahead of time so that you have that. As far as this week, hopefully we'll get a new alpha build tomorrow. I'm really hoping that they're going to have Demon Hunter available because Demon Hunter and a second look at Evoker is all we have left. And I'm ready to make my tier list of what I've been enjoying in the Dragonflight Alpha. I've got some talking head videos coming for you guys. I'm going to talk about seasons. I'm going to talk about my impressions with Dragonflight and the talent trees and everything once I'm done testing them all. Coming up this week, I already mentioned it, but we have the Windwalker Monk is coming out tomorrow, Tuesday. Then Fire Mage, Frost Mage, and Arcane Mage. So that's going to get you guys all the way through Friday. Like I said, with any luck, Demon Hunter will be out this week, and you should hopefully see that Saturday and Sunday if it does come out. All right, wow, you can stop with your crazy music there. If they do come out, and then that would put the second look at the Evoker coming out on Monday, and then that'll be everything done and tested. So hopefully, guys, you can look forward to that. It's absolutely insane, but as of Friday, I will have put out a video every day for 37 days, which is nuts. And I'm really kind of wanting to continue this streak. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how time consuming it'll be to do more videos. Also, I don't really have like a structured game plan like I do for this, where it's just like do the next specialization and the next one and the next one. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the constant stream of content here on the channel, and hopefully I can keep that going for you guys. That's I'm having fun. I think it's a cool challenge. I'm pretty proud of myself for at this point hitting that 37 days with a video every day mark. So I kind of want to see like how long can I keep it going. But anyway, you guys, everybody who tuned in here, Ernestos, Justin, Murphy, None Given, MB, who else am I missing here? Who else tuned in? If I miss you, I'm sorry. Dirty Wolf popped in, Adri popped in, Frozen Family. All you guys, appreciate you jumping into the chat and having a discussion with me. Thanks for coming out to the live stream, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. All right, everybody. Peace.